Hey sweet loves, it's your girl Simply Jordan and welcome to this video. Happy 2022. Oh, I am so glad that we made it over. I am grateful. 2021 was a doozy, but because you're watching me right now, that means you made it too. And I'm happy for you, I'm happy for me, I'm happy for us. I wanted to start off the year with something kind of fun and flirty. I was really feeling this kind of burgundy smoked out look, so I decided to play into it. It is still pretty cold here in California, which is very strange for me, but this is where we are now, kind of still feeling the fall warm vibe, so that's what we're going with. Of course, I'll leave all the details and you'll hear more about what I use in the video, but of course, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I want to know at least one of your New Year's resolutions down in the comments. I really want to know because I want us to cheer each other on and keep each other accountable. But let me know at least one New Year's resolution you want to get accomplished this year and anything else you want to see from me, whether it be looks, whether it be songs, whether it be anything, just let me know, talk to me. I really want to engage you guys and let you guys know that I'm here for you guys and I know you're here for me, otherwise you wouldn't be watching. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Right at the gate with the brows, this is the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil in Java. Definitely my #1 brow product. Just getting my desired shape, starting with a clean line at the bottom and then following that at the top. I leave about maybe an inch, maybe a little less at the beginning of my brow so it's not so blocky. And then I'll do upward strokes at the front, and then as I get to the middle and the tail, I do more elongated strokes. A little less pressure at the beginning and then more pressure applied at the back end of it to get a nice kind of natural subtle ombre going on there. And then with a concealer, this is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in Dark 42, a shade that is fairly close to my skin tone. I'm just taking a concealer brush and cleaning up a little more along that bottom line. I don't really clean the top of my eyebrows anymore. I just leave that up to my foundation once I get to skin. But yeah, and now moving on to the eyeshadow base. This is the Juvia's Place iPrep iPrime eyeshadow base in the shade 3. It's just a nice chocolate brown that I'm using just to lay underneath the foundation, underneath the eyeshadow that I'm going to be doing today. I could have gone with a white or at least a lighter color, but I kind of like the way that the shadow sat over top of this brown shade. And hopping into eyeshadow, this is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette with a small packing brush. This is the shade Crazy, and it's a gorgeous, just deep burgundy shade. I love that it doesn't pull too purple. It kind of does over top of this base because it's brown. That's why I said earlier that I could have used a white base. But once I put another layer of the shadow over top of that, you're going to see that rich burgundy color. I love that these shadows are so pigmented and just a lot of color payoff. It's a really great palette. If you don't have it, I definitely suggest you get it. Really bright, fun colors, but I'm pretty much just packing that color over top of the base, being pretty precise because I wanted to see the full color and the full effect. I want to cover my whole eyelid, and that's just what's happening here. And then with a small fluffy brush, I'm taking an orange shade from that same palette and blending that right into my crease over top of that color, and just trying to get a seamless transition from that burgundy to that orange. I'm taking it a little bit above my crease, but it's mostly sitting right over top of that. And to try to get a more seamless blend, I'm taking a red from that with a really small detail blending brush and blending those two colors together so I can go from the burgundy to the slight red to the orange to get a more seamless blend from the lid color to my brow. And now on to the face. This is the Milk Hydro Drip Primer. This has become a low-key favorite of mine. How pretty much any foundation I've sat over top of this has laid has been just real great. And speaking of foundation, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I use the shade 480C. Another low-key banger. This foundation is really good. I love how this color matches my skin, and usually I kind of steer away from really luminous foundations, but something about the way this one feels, the coverage, it's just it's great. And I'm just taking a small foundation brush and just blending that all over. I probably didn't need as much of the foundation as I put on, but of course I make it work. But I'm just taking my time kind of blending that all over my face. And this is why I don't really clean up my eyebrows with the concealer, because I just take my foundation brush and run it over top of it. Following up with the Anastasia concealer, the Magic Touch in shade 14. Really full coverage, nice formula, really smooth. Anastasia actually really did something with these complexion products. I really like them a lot. I also have their bronzers. That's an old favorite of mine. But yeah, Anastasia, shout out to you for this concealer and foundation. For my cream contour, this is the Morphe Dimension Effect in, I think 18 is the color I use. But either way, you know, of course it's listed. And I'm just blending all of that out. This e.l.f. sponge is the e.l.f. concealer, I think camo sponge, I think is the name of it. It's really great. The fine point of it really makes it easy to get into those inner corners under your eye and just blend everything out. And it's really soft, so it doesn't take away a lot of the product. Just look how that's blending out. I think it's like the formula of both the foundation and the concealers together with this sponge. It's just working. Love it a lot. Highly recommend. I got mine from Ulta. Of course, you can get yours there. They probably got them at Target or anywhere else you can find e.l.f. Anyway, continuing on, blending that out, making sure that's nice and smooth. I'm taking a Real Technique. I think it is the Expert face brush. You can use it typically for concealer, but I just like using it. You can use it for foundation, but I like using it to blend out my cream contour. Of course, you can still use it for foundation. It's a great brush. I love the brand of Real Technique when it comes to brushes and sponges, but I'm just using this one to blend out my cream contour and just taking my time to put that into your hairline so we don't have a mask thing going on. I don't like my cream contour to be really dark. I'm finding too, just a little subtle, but I like it a lot. And with the other side of the sponge, this is the Fenty Insta Retouch setting powder and banana. I think I've reached for this maybe twice, and every time I'm just shocked. I forget how good this powder is, and it's really, really nice. I love that it's not super yellow, even though I do love my yellow powders. It's subtle enough to where I don't feel like I'm just gonna have yellow under eyes. But I'm just taking out on the opposite side of that same sponge that I used to blend on my concealer, and I'm using it to set that powder over top of everything. I didn't want to bake too much. I just wanted to kind of just lay everything down, make sure we were all set and ready to go. To set the rest of my foundation, of course, my tried and true, the Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder in Honeymoon. I got mine from Target. Definitely, so far, my favorite loose setting powder. It is untouched by anything else. I used to swear by the Maybelline loose setting powders, which are still really great. But now, I'm rocking with Black Radiance. I really want to try the Laura Mercier one too, but until then, we gonna stick with her. She hasn't failed me yet, so that's what I'm using. And this is the Real Technique Insta Pop Face Brush, which I have used to apply foundation, but I actually saw somebody on Instagram use it to set powder, and I like it. And then going back into Morphe for their Glamour Bronze bronzer in Phenom with an angled powder brush. I'm just using that to bronze my face and bring that warmth a little bit back, because contour is a little more on the cool side, so it just gives you the shape, but the bronzer will give you more of the warmth that you want. So right next to that, I'm just putting that bronzer powder and taking a small angled kind of eye brush and using that to contour my nose. I used to use cream contours to do my nose, but I feel like that can go a little harsh, especially since I don't have a really wide nose. I don't need to overly contour. And these are my lashes. This is my first time using lashes, and I really like them. The Kish Lash Couture. I believe it's Drama or Soft Drama, something like that. I know the style is called Organza. That's what I got for you. And of course, just taking the Duo Lash Glue and setting those on. These are really great. They kind of remind me of Lily Lash's Mykonos, but not as full, but still really cute. I love a big lash. I love Drama. It's cute. I felt like this look needed a lash, so that's what I did. Going into that waterline, this is the NYX Cosmetics Jumbo Eye Pencil in dark brown. I don't really put a lot of product in my waterline. But I feel like this needed to be rounded out a little more if I want to pull off that real smoky look. Leaving that bare wasn't really going to cut it. So I just took this. It's a nice smooth pencil. Some people used to use it as eyeshadow base or just eyeshadow on their eyelids, but I'd like the way it goes on as eyeliner. So I'm just taking that and bringing in a little color to that waterline. And with small pencil brushes, I'm taking those same shades, of course, for my eyelid, the burgundy and the orange that I put in my crease, and I'm just putting that along underneath my lash line and kind of smoking and blending that out. Love, love, love how this eye look turned out. It's making me so happy. But I just want to bring those down a little bit to round out the color, and then going back into NYX, the Shimmer Down Pigment in Almond, a really pretty kind of, not a gold, but it's a little deeper. Not quite a bronze, but not gold. And with a different kind of pencil brush, just popping that into my inner corner to add a little light and shimmer. Anastasia Sun Dipped Glow Kit. Y'all know this is my tried and true. I love this palette. I use the shade Bronze. Clearly, if you look at the pan, I have hit pan. So yeah, I use this color a lot. And I'm just adding some glow to my face. Cheekbones, nose, forehead, all the good spots. I don't super shimmer like I used to, but I still want to be synced. So that's what I'm doing. Shimmer for my happy dance. I will share with you guys one of my New Year's resolutions, and that's to be more consistent with you. My goal is to get somewhere between 2 and 3. I'm going to be optimistic and realistic at the same time, and just maybe do 3 videos a month just to start out. I want to promise you guys that, or do my best to make that happen. But let's get back into the video. This is the Warrior 2 palette from Juvia's Place. I'm using the shade Dara as my blush. Because my eyes are so rich and dark, I didn't want to go with this super dark, like, obvious color. So I went with this kind of lighter pink rather, and just touched my cheeks with it. And for my lips, this is the Lingerie Push Up. It's actually a lipstick, but I like using it as a lip liner from NYX in the shade After Hours, and using that to line my lips and slightly fill them in. Just going around, of course, the perimeter. I don't really overdraw. I have pretty full lips already, so I don't need to. But if you do, absolutely go for it. Have the time of your life. And with the NYX Butter Gloss, these are the shades Fudge Me that I'm putting on now. And then in the center, I'm going to pop the color Madeline. These glosses are fire. They are popular for a reason. And this may be my new favorite kind of nude lip gloss combination. The lip liner and these 2 glosses are just fire. And this is me putting the Madeline color a little bit in the center. Not really super ombre, but kind of just a nice little subtle contrast between the darkness of the lip liner and this light color in the middle. Sorry all this talking I'm doing. I was talking to my best friend. But I'm just happy with how this look turned out. And of course, to set everything in place, this is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. My all-time favorite setting spray other than the Urban Decay one. Fanning that down, making sure it dries and sets in place. All this shimmying I'm doing is really making me laugh. Check my lashes, final look, which makes me remember that I want to put some lower mascara on. This is the Essence Lash Princess. A really good mascara for the low. Get that one. It's like $5 at Ulta. All the Essence mascaras are fire. I suggest you pick one and try it. But yeah, that's pretty much this. I'm just going. We just make really twisted faces when we're putting on lower mascara. It's really funny. But that's all in set. We're fixing the clothes, even though I'm about to change. And bam, final glance. Hey girl. And there she is. Yay! Guys, I love this look. It's so pretty. I asked, you guys should be following me on Instagram. iAmSimplyJordan. I asked you guys what's the first look I want to do, and you guys said Smokey, so that's what I'm doing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.